by this time, your meat is now brown. And when your meat is brown, you're going to want to turn it to medium-low so that you don't burn the meat. And by the time that the browned meat is done, your water will have been to a boil. At the boil, you're going to want to set the pan top onto a plate, and you're going to crack open the noodles. What you're going to do is you're going to take about, 1/16 of the box at a time. And what you're going to do is you're going to take the noodles by each end and you're going to break them and put them into the water. And you're going to do about 2 or 3 of the 16th and at a time. And it depends on how many noodles you guys want, like how big your family is, but my family is pretty big, so we do about 4, almost a half a box of noodles. So I'll finish this up. And then once you put the amount of noodles that you want in the box, you're going to again place the lid on top so that you can let the noodles rest and let them get wet and ready to be eaten. So I'll set that on top of there. Now, while we're waiting for the noodles, we are going to make the sauce. With the brown meat, you're going to take out the wooden spoon. You're going to put it on the pan so it doesn't get on the counter. And you're going to use your can opener to open up a can of Hunt's tomato sauce. And this time I think I've probably gotten it open. So, yep. What you're going to do is you're going to take the whole thing and you're going to pour it into here like that. And you're just kind of want to get as much out as you possibly can. And you're going to place that in there for less mess. And then you're going to take the Cotadina tomato paste and open that also with your can opener. And you're going to, once you have the cans open and they're poured on the meat, you're going to want to place the cans in a recyclable bin or wash them out so that they're not all over. The tomato paste kind of comes out kind of hard, so if you can, grab like a, I don't remember this, like a spatula or something, and you're going to want to just kind of scoop it out. You don't need to do this, but it makes it easier. It's so red. While you're doing this, it's just easier if you get all of it out so you don't waste as much as it is. Not very expensive, but it's good to use all that you can. Okay. And once you have all that sauce out, you're going to place this on the plate that you're preventing to get the dishes clean. And you're going to take some of the special sauce of Lynn's Whiteman's sauce, and you're going to kind of shake it up so that it doesn't look so mixed up. And you're just going to take this spoon and you're going to mix it up a little bit so that you can have the sauce and the meats mixed together. Use the ladle. And once you have that done, what you're going to do is take this seasoning and kind of just sprinkle it. There's not a given amount, but you're just going to sprinkle enough to be seen. And you're going to take your ladle again and you're going to kind of mix it throughout so that it's not all clumped together. You don't want a spicier part of the sauce. You want it all evenly mixed. And then, once you have this, you're gonna want to turn the burner all the way to low. Just so that it stays warm, but it doesn't overheat. And then that's your sauce. Next, you're gonna want to check on the noodles. Now we see that the water's boiling. Ooh, kind of steamy. You're gonna take your strainer spoon and just kind of stir them. And to check the noodles, it's my favorite part to do because you get to throw the noodles at the house. So, and they're not quite ready yet, so we'll just do this. And when you're done with materials, make sure you don't leave them out because some materials can get rotten or spoiled. So we just want to close them up, kind of set them aside to make sure that you know that you're done with them and you don't reuse them. And then with like cans, you're going to want to rinse them out and get them all out of the way so that they're not so space consuming. And then put those in the sink and wait for them. Wash your hands frequently while you're cooking because there's germs everywhere. Do the ABCs. The noodles should be getting close to done right now, so we'll check them again. This time we're going to set the lid aside on the counter. And you take your ladle, your strainer spoon, and you're going to kind of pulse them out and let them sit there for a while so that you get both. And you see that you have one noodle, you grab one noodle, and you grab it by one end. So you have it like this. And you either toss it at the ceiling or the cupboard. But if you toss it at the ceiling, you have to realize that the ceiling is high, so you won't be able to get them down as easy. And these noodles are done because they stuck. But what we're going to do is we're going to wait a little bit longer just so that they're a little bit better because they were kind of hard. But that is one good thing to do with the noodles. And they should be done in like 2 or 3 minutes. So we'll get that done. And in the meantime, you're going to want to put the strainer into the sink so that you kind of have it ready for when you want to strain your noodles. I think they're ready to go. So, yep. Alright. When you're ready to strain your noodles, turn your burner to low. You're going to take out the strainer spoon. You're just going to place it on the side just so that it's out of the way. And you're going to pick up the pan carefully with 2 hands. Get me in the pan. And you're going to take the pan over to the sink and you're going to slowly pour the hot boiling water into the pan with the noodles coming out so that you kind of strain the noodles. And then if you have some pans or some noodles stuck, you want to take your strainer and just kind of scoop them out so that you get all your noodles. And then don't rinse your noodles that you strain because it can just take off the good texture to them. When you're done straining your noodles, you're going to put the pot back on the stove. And you're going to kind of mix the noodles around to make sure you have all the excess water off in the stove. And you can lift it up and see if there's any water dripping. If there is, just carefully take a napkin or a towel and just go like this before you carry it across your floor to put in here. Now with the noodles, you're going to add some vegetable oil just so that they're not so sticky and gross, that's so that they go down smooth. You're going to add about a half a capful of vegetable oil, just so that they're kind of smooth and soft. Pat that on there. And there you are. So then you're going to let them sit for a little while. Now that you've prepared the meal, it won't be made as special with the ingredients or the materials if you aren't serving it to somebody. So what you want to do is you want to gather your family. So what you're probably going to say is, come on family, it's time for dinner, and you're going to call them to the table. Then, with your set out silverware and bowls, you're going to put them kind of near where you're going to be serving it. And the first thing you do for serving is you take one bowl, you take the lid off the noodles, take your strainer spoon, okay, and you're going to put some noodles into the pan, into the bowl. Just enough to that looks kind of filling. And then, for littler kids, what you can do is you can take a scissor and you can chop up the noodles so that they're not so choked on and stuff. And then once you have your noodles in your bowl, you take your ladle spoon, kind of stir around the sauce to kind of keep it going again. And what you're going to do is you're going to take about a full ladle, put it on top of the noodles, like this. And then, once you're done, what you're going to do is you're going to kind of mix it around in the bowl. If you have to, come chop up the noodles. And then what you're going to do is you're going to place it by the table or in front of a family member. And there you are. Bon appetit. Go out and make yourself some spaghetti that is easy now that you can see this. Make sure once again that you have all your ingredients, you know how to prepare it, and you have somebody to serve it to. Thank you.